You know, I've been playing cool amps and speaker cabinets for years, and anytime I have to use an emulation, I'm usually less than happy, if only because it doesn't feel right. It might even sound pretty good, but if it doesn't feel good, then I'm going to have a hard time playing something that sounds great on a track. So what we're talking about today is the new 11 rack, which is an all-in-one solution for the recording and stage guitar player. Guitar players face a lot of interesting challenges, both in the recording studio and on stage. And this box was specifically designed to address all of those problems in one unit, because it really is 3 products in one. It's a DSP-accelerated Pro Tools LE audio interface, it's an all-in-one reamping solution, and it's a standalone effects processor as well. The integration between these 3 products might be 11 Rack's most unique feature, but at the end of the day, for guitar players, it's really all about tone. And this is where 11 Rack really shines. We spent a long time amassing a collection of some of the most sought-after amps in history. And what we did with them is something we like to think about more like tone cloning, meaning we took those amps apart and emulated the entire signal path point to point, capturing all of the details that make playing through real amps feel like playing through real amps. We also used a real-time convolution engine to recreate our speakers and microphones, and we worked with guitar recording expert John Cuniverti to make sure that our miking techniques were top-notch. We also developed a True Z, or True Impedance Input, which is a unique analog input circuit that recreates the input impedance of all of the classic stompbox pedals and guitar amps in 11 Rack, resulting in incredibly realistic sounds. Not only did we capture the sound of all of these classic amps, but with the new True Z impedance-matching circuit, we also captured the way they feel. So when you're plugged into one of the amps, any of them in the 11 Rack, it really feels like you're plugged into the real thing. The 11 Rack is the very first DSP-accelerated Pro Tools LE interface, and Pro Tools has got a bunch of new features that are specific to the 11 Rack. For example, when you record guitar into 11 Rack, you have the option to record 3 tracks at the same time. 1 wet stereo track with effects and 1 mono on process track. You can also choose to embed all of 11 Rack's rig settings into one of those audio files, which you can use later to recall those settings on your 11 Rack hardware unit. The dry track makes it easy to reamplify the guitar with a different sound later if you need to. One of the challenges guitar players often face in the recording studio is dealing with latency when recording, which is a serious buzzkill when you're trying to capture a performance. So all the amps and effects in the 11 Rack are running on the internal DSP. What that means is, if you're recording in Pro Tools LE, even in low latency mode, you can still hear all of your amps and effects without audible latency. And those DSPs also help to keep your computer resources freed up, so your recording sessions run smoother even when you've got lots of tracks. Many guitar players have heard the term reamping, but most of us honestly haven't tried it because it's kind of difficult to set up. The 11 Rack is designed to be a self-contained reamping solution. And what that means is you can run signals back through the box 100% virtually, or if you want, you can incorporate real live speakers and microphones. With reamping built in, 11 Rack makes it really easy to re-record guitar tones down the road without having to re-record your original performance. Even if the 11 Rack were only a Pro Tools LE interface with DSP acceleration and amazing guitar sounds built in, that'd be pretty cool. But it's also a standalone guitar processor. And what that means is, all that work you do in the studio crafting your own personal guitar sound, you can now take all those sounds right on stage and use them live. An 11 Rack has all the I/O flexibility you need to easily integrate it into your existing rig. And because you can fully control 11 Rack settings and effects from MIDI floorboard controllers and expression pedals, it's a killer solution for use on stage. The 11 Rack is truly about integration, not just the integration between the actual 11 Rack hardware and Pro Tools software, but about your life on stage and your life in the recording studio, because it truly is a one-stop shop for the modern recording guitar player. It's equally at home recording a screaming 412 cabinet and also this quiet Nolan guitar.